Two people win the exact same lottery jackpot, same amount, same luck, same day. 3 years later, one of them is broke again. The other is still rich. And the difference between them has almost nothing to do with money. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to look at your own bank account completely differently. Here's a fact that sounds impossible until you understand the psychology behind it. Most lottery winners who come from a poor background end up broke again within a few years. Not because of one bad decision, because of something running quietly in their brain that they don't even know is there. We assume money problems come from a lack of money, low income, bad luck, no opportunities. That's part of it, sure, but it's not the real cause. The real cause is a pattern of thinking installed so early in life that most people never notice it's even running. And here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. This pattern doesn't just affect how you spend. It affects what opportunities you notice, what risks you avoid, who you trust. It shapes your whole life before you make a single financial decision. So what is this pattern exactly? Psychologists call it scarcity thinking. Let me show you what it actually looks like, because the textbook definition doesn't do it justice. Picture two kids on the same street, same school, same age. One family always has enough. Not rich, just stable. The other family is constantly one bill away from a crisis. These two kids aren't just learning different facts about money. They're building two completely different operating systems. The first kid learns that resources are something you plan around. The second kid learns something much darker, that things can be fine one day and gone the next. That stability cannot be fully trusted. And that belief doesn't stay in childhood. It follows him into his first paycheck, his first job, every financial decision for the rest of his life. Because once your brain believes resources are unstable, it starts making decisions out of fear instead of logic. Spend it now, because who knows if it'll be there tomorrow. Avoid big risks, even smart ones, because you can't afford to lose what little you have. Distrust anything long-term, like investing, because trusting the future feels dangerous. This isn't laziness. This isn't poor discipline. This was a survival strategy that made perfect sense at age 7. The problem is, it kept running for the next 30 years, long after the danger disappeared. Now the lottery winners make sense. When someone with this wiring suddenly gets a large amount of money, their brain doesn't feel safety. It feels a ticking clock. Some part of them still believes it will vanish, so they spend as if the danger is already here. And within a few years, the exact thing they feared happens, because they made it happen. Read that again. Their fear of losing the money is often the reason they lose the money. But here's the twist almost nobody talks about. This isn't only about people who grew up poor. You've met people with decent, stable incomes who still feel constant anxiety about money. Checking their bank balance 5 times a day, never feeling like they have enough, no matter how much they earn. That's because scarcity was never about how much money you have. It's about how safe your brain believes that money is. And that belief was written before you could even read. So how do you know if this is running in you? Try this. Imagine $10,000 lands in your account right now. No strings attached. What's the very first feeling? For some people, it's calm. Options just opened up. For others, it's a strange tightness. A voice whispering, "Don't relax, this could disappear." If that second feeling is familiar, that's not about the $10,000. That's the scarcity pattern showing itself in real time. And here's why this matters more than you think. This isn't just an emotional habit. It physically changes how your brain processes information. When your brain believes resources are limited, your entire mental bandwidth narrows. You start making short-term decisions because your brain is too busy managing an emergency it thinks is happening right now. Long-term thinking requires mental space, and scarcity eats that space before you even get to use it. This is why advice like just save 10% of your income sounds simple to some people and feels almost impossible to others. It's not a discipline problem, it's a bandwidth problem. Now, most videos on this topic end here with something like, just think positive or believe you're abundant. That advice is almost insulting to how deep this pattern actually runs. You cannot talk your way out of a belief built from years of lived experience, but you can interrupt it. Not with affirmations, with a single pause. The scarcity response fires in a split second, right before a financial decision, right before an impulsive purchase, right before you avoid opening a bank statement, right before you say no to something good because it feels too risky. In that split second, your brain is running old code, written for a completely different life than the one you're actually living now. The people who eventually escape this pattern don't do it by thinking bigger thoughts about wealth. They do it by noticing that exact second the fear shows up and asking one simple question. Is this decision based on what's true right now or on what felt true when I was a kid? That pause, repeated for months, is what slowly rewrites the pattern, and it explains something strange: why some people who grew up with nothing eventually build real wealth, while others from the exact same background stay stuck for life. It was never about the starting point. It was about whether they ever noticed the program running underneath their choices. So here's the real question this video was building toward the whole time. It isn't how much money you have right now. It's this: when money shows up in your life, does some old fear quietly decide what happens to it before you even get the chance to think? Because the people who stay broke and the people who build wealth are rarely separated by luck or opportunity or even intelligence. They're separated by one thing: whether they ever noticed the gap between what they were taught to fear and what is actually true today. That gap has been sitting there your whole life. The only question left is whether you're finally seeing it.